LEX 18 News.
The Cats punched their ticket to their second Final Four in 3 years. Plus, Big Blue Nation takes over the streets to celebrate today's big win. And crews work fast to put out the fire moving through a Pulaski County funeral home.
LEX 18 News at 11 starts now.
Good evening, I'm Josh Breslow. Thanks for joining us for LEX 18 News at 11. Well, the Cats have become just the 6th, 8th seed in NCAA history to make it to the Final Four. They survived a hard-fought game with Michigan earlier today and needed a last-second three-pointer to seal the win. LEX 18's Keith Farmer was at that game and joins us from Indy to begin our True Blue coverage.
For the 16th time in school history, the UK basketball team is moving on to a Final Four. This time next Saturday in Dallas, where we'll take on Wisconsin. Kentucky doing it today without the services of Willie Cauley-Stein. The UK center was sitting on the bench cheering everybody on and playing assistant coach when some of the guys came out. Now, early first half, one of the guys that filled in his place was Marcus Lee. Played 15 minutes, had 10 points, 8 rebounds. This game was tied at 37 at the half. In the second half, just like he did against Louisville, Julius Randle started to take over, coming up with a big rebound and slam here to give Kentucky its first lead of the game at 39-37. Skip now to the end of the game, 1:39 left to go when Michigan had the ball and had 4 good looks at it, including 2 3-pointers. Jordan Morgan would finally get the tip in to tie it at 72 with 27 seconds left. Then Kentucky had one last shot with 4 seconds to go. Aaron Harrison, this time with a hand in his face, drops in a 3-pointer, and Kentucky takes a 75-72 lead with 2.6 seconds left. And Nick Stauskas had one last heave from half court, but it would not go as Kentucky celebrates the 3-point win over Michigan.
It's just a shot, so I don't.
It's not just a shot, you're going to Dallas.
Yeah, I mean, I'm excited about that, but I'm happy for my teammates. We've been through a lot.
Coach just told me to get in and always be ready, so I just tried to stay ready no matter what the time was and contribute to the team.
Tell them what I told you before, for 2 days before this game.
All right, so y'all know Cal's always right, so
I was wrong, 1978, but it's been a while.
He told the team that I was going to have a big day. Knowing us, none of us believed him, but
and everyone in
right.
the world would be talking about you, is what I said.
Right.
Proud of you, kid.
So the Final Four is set for next Saturday. The first game will be Florida taking on Connecticut, and then that will be followed up by the Kentucky Wildcats taking on Wisconsin. All right, let's check in now with Brianna Gilroy, and she caught up some very happy True Blue fans.
UK fans say they were a little nervous going into tonight's game without Willie Cauley-Stein, but they say the team looked as strong as ever, and they're ready for Dallas.
Just everybody got a spark in them, you know, it's tournament time. It's time to play.
Cat fans say they saw that spark tonight in player Marcus Lee.
He did everything that Willie usually does, and that was, you know, it was a big deal.
And they say the entire team pulled together to secure that last spot in the Final Four.
Randall did a really good job. He was really, everything he was kind of throwing up went in, so it was a good job. All the team, they did a great job.
I know it was a big shot at the end. Twin knocked it down. Go Cats.
After tonight's game, fans are very confident the Cats will take it all. And some fans even told me they already have their hotels and flights booked for the game. For now, we're covering the news in Indianapolis from the LEX 18 Mobile Newsroom. Back to you.
And back here in Lexington, it's no surprise once the game was over, the streets near campus were flooded with fans. LEX 18's Jessica Reyes joins us live to continue our True Blue coverage. Jess?
Josh, Big Blue Nation is in full force tonight as they celebrate yet another victory. Now, it may be Sunday night, but here on Limestone, take a look. There's definitely a lot of police presence, lots of fans out celebrating the fact that the Cats have claimed the last spot in the Final Four. And the scene over on State Street wasn't that much different. There was a lot of anxiety watching the game, but once that clock hit 0,
I think the guys played great. I mean, we were kind of rough at the start, but we got it back together at the second half, and we put it on Michigan, and we're off to the Final Four.
This is fantastic! Thousands of fans rushed to State Street to celebrate yet another unbelievable win.
It's like Christmas!
While there weren't any couch fires this time around, there were several small fires, at least one stop sign was taken down, and plenty of fireworks.
We had faith the whole time. Cats, baby! It was unreal. Probably one of the best days of my entire life.
There was also police presence, but they had no problem letting True Blue fans celebrate their Final Four victory.
Wasn't expected, but look at us now. I mean, we're a great team. We've grown so much.
9 banners, Rupp Arena.
Now you can't tell right at this moment, but there has been more traffic than the usual for a Sunday night. But police say this has been a controlled celebration. Both fans and law enforcement tell me that they are excited and ready for the Final Four. Covering the news live in Lexington from the LEX-18 mobile newsroom, back to you.
True Blue fans turned out in large numbers to welcome the team back to Lexington tonight. LEX-18's Macy Insko was there too.
That's right, just a short time ago, our boys in blue landed back in Kentucky here at Bluegrass Airport, and of course, our True Blue fans were here to welcome them home.
C-A-T-S, cats, cats, cats! I am out here to welcome my cats home and congratulate them on a great win and knocking off Michigan and Louisville.
I just want to give them a thumbs up that they're going to win all of it. They came out and were really clutch. And I said, we need to say something with cats, so he came up with the clutch cats.
I've been laughed at about it, but I do have them winning it all, and I will stick to my guns on that.
Number 1!
No better feeling because I'm a True Blue Kentucky fan.
So again, the Cats are back home in Lexington preparing for their Final Four matchup that will be against Wisconsin. That's a game our fans expect them to win. For now, we are covering the news in Lexington from the LEX-18 mobile newsroom. Now back to you.
Wrapping up a pleasant ending to the weekend. We have clear skies outside right now. We're continuing to track a clean sweep on the Max Track Live Doppler. There's high pressure in control just off to our west, and as that slowly shifts off to the east, we have a lot of sinking motion in the atmosphere, so we are not going to see clouds increasing much tonight, besides a few cirrus clouds at that. Slightly cooler temperatures than average throughout the day today. At the moment, we've already dropped down to 43 in Lexington. We're at 37 degrees in Danville, 39 in Somerset already, and 42 degrees in London. 46 at this hour in Jackson after our high temperatures today that were around the mid to some upper 50s across the area. We hit 57 officially in Lexington, 54 Mount Sterling. Average for this time of year is about 60 degrees, and the reason we were still a couple of degrees below the average is due to that area of high pressure. As the winds around it go clockwise, we get winds from the north as we were on the eastern side of that high pressure today. That brings down that slightly cooler air from the north. As we get into tomorrow, that's all going to be changing. Tonight, though, still going to be on the chilly side, 36 degrees, mainly clear skies. Tomorrow, we shift directions. We see our winds coming from the south as we're on the eastern, or rather western side of that high pressure, so we get up to 68 degrees, and that's not going to be the warmest to come this week. I'll talk much more about just how warm we'll get and more chances for showers and even some thunderstorms coming up in your Storm Tracker forecast.
We are also following a developing story tonight out of Pulaski County. It involves a fire at Morrison High Slope Funeral Home in Somerset. LEX-18's Ivory Hecker joins us live by phone with the latest. Ivory?
Josh, crews cleared the scene here about an hour ago after spending hours here. Firefighters say this fire started in a large storage area of the funeral home, and that's where it was contained to. Firefighters say there is serious damage to the storage room and roof of the funeral home and smoke damage throughout the building. Owners of the funeral home say the room that burned contained stretchers and extra chairs, and those items were burned as well. The funeral home was closed today, but one of the owners stopped by to check on the place, and that's how he discovered the fire. The cause of the fire is unknown at this time. The state fire marshal is expected to investigate. Covering the news live in Pulaski County from the LEX-18 mobile newsroom, back to you.
In Franklin County, fire tore through a house this morning, leaving a family homeless. It happened on 5th Avenue in Frankfort. Crews say they were able to put out the fire quickly, but not before the house was heavily damaged. Anthony Caldwell first saw the fire while watching TV in that house.
My room was getting really smoky, so my closet was on fire, so then I ran downstairs and I woke them up and I called 911.
While it appears to be electrical, the exact cause of that fire remains under investigation. A Magoffin County woman is charged with murder in connection with a deadly stabbing yesterday morning at a home on Route 40. Marie Minix is accused of killing 43-year-old Roy Prater. The Magoffin County coroner says Prater appears to have died from a single stab wound to his leg. The coroner says it appears the two lived together at the home just outside of Salyers. State police are investigating. A Georgia man has been charged with making threats to an employee at Fort Knox. Federal investigators say Michael Densmore repeatedly called an employee at the U.S. Army Human Resource Command at the military post and threatened violence as he complained about an insurance problem. Army officials say Densmore threatened to go to the employee's home as well as harm military police officers. The bogus